Hello and welcome to the SSL Cup Season 25 qualifying round. I'm your host, Patrick. I will be doing play-by-play today. We have 4 more great matches lined up to see who is going to go on to the round of 16. The graphics a little off, so I'm going to announce the matches as they go. London will be taking on FC Kapstad. AC Romana will be taking on Tokyo. Rapid Magyar will be taking on AS Paris, and Athenai will be taking on North Shore United. Some exciting matches in line today. I'm excited to bring them to you, and we will get underway with this London FC Kapstad match, looking to see who is going to punch their ticket to the round of 16. London is a minor Division 2 team, and FC Kapstad has been leading the way in Minors Division 1. They won it last season. They're looking to repeat this season. London keeps building. FC Kapstad with Ashworth up top, Jones in net. And we are going to get right underway. FC Kapstad with the kickoff. Fanto Beans gets it over to Peazotto, and Hutchinson takes that away, and London is going to take control of the ball up to Blabe. Blabe looking for McZerl, but Fanto Beans intercepts it. Gets it over to Adu. Adu up the field. Adu sends it in. Back to Adu, over to Wolf. Wolf's shot is off the post, and I believe Close's head heads it out. In second minute, a lot of action going on right off the bat of this game. Both of these teams hungry to get to that round of 16. Bad pass. Ashworth comes away with it. Letzi way out, and Ashworth hits the post, and it goes in, and Louis Ashworth opens up scoring for FC Kapstad, taking a 1-0 lead. Just a bad pass from Jertenhen, or Francis, who is trying to get back to Letzi, but Ashworth jumps all over it. Letzi can't get back in the net, and Ashworth uses every inch of that net, hits it off the post and in. 1-0 FC Kapstad. Corner. Peazotto over top of this for Kapstad, sends it in. Headed around. Blabe looking to get it cleared, but Peazotto comes down with it over to Kloss, back into Peazotto. Peazotto over to Kloss. Kloss shot is wide. Goal kick is going to come for Inter London off of that. Off of that goal kick, Letzi kicks it deep. Headed around, Ashworth gets it back to Fanto Beans. Fanto Beans pounds Peazotto. Peazotto with it. Peazotto up. Sends it in, and that shot is off of Jertenhen and out of play. Peazotto's going to take this corner for Kapstad. 10th minute. 1-0 Kapstad sends it in. Headed around, and nothing comes of that. Now we're simming. Wolf throws it in over to Francis, over to Adu. Blabe with it. Loses it. Ashworth from the top of the box with a rocket that goes to the corner of the net. Letzi has no chance, and it's a 2-0 Kapstad lead in the 21st minute. Blabe with it. Back to Hutchinson. DeMarco looking to pass, but Kloss steps in it, gets it over to Ashworth. Quick shot. Corner, top corner, goes Ashworth. Louis Ashworth with 2 goals in this game for FC Kapstad. 1 in the second and 1 in the 21st. Throw in for Inter London, looking to get anything on net. DeMarco with it over to McZerl, back to DeMarco, heavy touch. Fanto Beans takes it away. Gets it up to Hunt, sends it all the way up. Hunt comes down with it over to Lizard. Lizard looking to attack for London, over to McZerl. McZerl back to Francis. Francis sends it in over to Marco. DeMarco sends it in the box. Shot, block, rebound. O'Neal is there and scores to make it 2-1. London cuts the lead down in half in the 33rd minute. Good pass to DeMarco on the sideline. They send it in. First shot off of Kane hits Jones and comes right down to O'Neal's foot, and there's nothing that Jones can do about that. 2-1. Capstad still leads, but good goal by Ryan O'Neal in the 23rd minute. Free kick. Phantom Beans sends it in, headed, and it's over the ball. Some action-packed game going on right now. Lizard over to Francis, back to Jertenhen, over to Mendez, back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets it up to Blabe. Blabe tries to cross, but Pelizotto blocks it. Blabe with it, sends it in, but Phantom Beans runs away with it, sent into the center. Jang sends it deeper. Jertenhen comes down with it. Hutchinson Jr. over to Mendez. Mendez with it. Mendez over to Francis. Wolf heads it out. O'Neal's going to come down with it. O'Neal looking to send it back in the box over to Lizard, over to McZerl. Back to Francis. Shot is blocked. Lizard comes with the loose ball. Lizard over to Francis. Francis over to Mendez. Mendez back to Francis, over to Jertenhen, and nothing comes of that. Now we're on the 43rd minute. Pelizotto with the throw in for Capstad. Back to Phantom Beans. Kloss with it. Now Kloss curling. Kloss chips it, and it's just over the bar. London with it. Blabe passes it, but Pelizotto comes away with it. Abranca with it. Sends it up. Kloss looking to run it down. Kloss with it. Gets to it. Sends it in. Adu with a shot. Letzi with a big save. Hunt with a follow-up shot. Nothing there. Wolf with a shot, and Bad Wolf buries it. What a brilliant shot by Bad Wolf to make it 3-1 Capstad. 2 blocks, and then the ball finds Wolf. So the first shot, Letzi saves. Second shot, Hunt sends it off of Lizard. Comes down to Wolf. One touch, sends it far post and in. Great goal by Bad Wolf. Halftime. 3-1. Capstad leads. 12 shots, 5 on target. 3 shots, 2 on target for Inter London. 1.86 XG to 1.07 XG. Possession pretty even throughout. Capstad just jumping on their opportunities. Subs are going to come on. Everybody take a deep breath and relax for this brief break of halftime, because that first half was a back and forth action-packed half. And we got the subs complete. Tonio Torres coming on for Anton Abranca over on FC Capstad. London with the kickoff. Blobby loses it to Kloss. Kloss sends it back to Jones, over to Torres. Back to Jones, and we're simming. 51% possession in favor of Inter London. Ashworth with it. Ashworth looking to beat their person. Jang with it. Jang running up the side. Turns around, finds Wolf. That shot is going to be wide. Full kick for Inter London. Corner kick for Pelizotto. And FC Capstad sends it in. Headed back out. Torres comes down with it over to Pelizotto. Pelizotto with it over to Torres. Torres back to DeWitt. DeWitt over to Kloss. Kloss shot is well wide. FC Capstad is such an offensive team. And they take advantage of everything they can. And even if it means a longer shot, they're okay with it because they're going to see what's going to go in. Phantom Beans with a free kick, gets it into Pelizotto. Pelizotto's shot is saved. It's going to be a corner. Pelizotto's going to chase down the ball and take it to the corner. Corner kick for Pelizotto. Sends it in. Bouncing around, loose ball, and Letzi comes down with it. Keeping it a 3-1 game. And we're down to the final 20. And there's an injury. Aiden Hutchinson of London goes down. We're going to get super sub in. Phantom Beans free kick sends it, and it's well over the wall. It was evidently off of the wall. Pelizotto's going to take this corner now. Sends it in. Headed back out. Pelizotto's going to let DeWitt get to it. Kane takes it away from DeWitt. Kane trying to track the ball. Beats DeWitt to it. Kane up the sideline for London, but the miss dribble sends it out of play, and FC Kapstad with the throw-in. Off of the throw, and Adu gets it over to Torres, up to Phantom Beans. Phantom Beans sends it up to Ashworth, but nobody's up there. Super subs on chasing that. It's over Jertington, over to O'Neill. O'Neill back to Letzi. Letzi up to Jertington. Jertington over to Francis. Francis with it. Francis over to Lizard. Lizard over to Francis. Francis over to Lizard. Lizard sends it up to Phantom Beans. Phantom Beans takes it away. Ashworth finds Zhang. Zhang with a chance. Zhang shoots and scores. Juju Zhang with their first SSL Cup goal of the season makes it a 4-1 lead for Kapstad. Phantom Beans takes away the pass, gets it over to Kloss, gets it up to Ashworth. Ashworth over to Juju Zhang, and Juju Zhang far net and in. 4-1 FC Kapstad in the 74th minute. DeWitt with it. DeWitt looking. DeWitt loses it to McZerl. McZerl with it, and DeWitt takes it right back. Back to Phantom Beans. Phantom Beans sends it up. Ashworth heads it. Kloss with it. Kloss with a chance. Shot, and it's off super sub, and it's going to be a corner for Kapstad with 12 minutes left. Pelizotto on this corner sends it in. Comes down with it. Shot is blocked. Torres header, and Letzi battling through everybody. Gets the ball to keep it 4-1. 83rd minute. Blabe lets that pass go through, and Kloss takes it away. Jones with it. Jones sends it deep. Adu heads it over to Kloss. Kloss up the sideline now. Mendez marking. Kloss up the sideline, sends it in. It's headed, and it's out of play. Adu's header just goes above the bar and beyond it. We're in the 89th minute. We're going to get 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's a throw-in for London. DeMarco gets it into Blabe, but that's taken away by Kapstad and sent deep. Super sub with it. Sends it over to Jertington. Jertington sends it up to Lizard. Lizard with it. Lizard running. Lizard over to O'Neill. O'Neill shot off the post and cleared by FC Kapstad. That was a great opportunity for London. Lizard sends it into McZerl over to Lizard. Lizard looking. Lizard over to Mendez. Mendez sends it over to Francis, looking for Blabe. Blabe can't get to it, but Close can. Close with Kapstad running. DeMarco marking, doing a good job, and takes it away, and that is full time. FC Kapstad moves on to the round of 16 with a final score of 4-1 over Inter London. Louis Ashworth with a 2nd minute goal and a 21st minute goal. Bad Wolf with a 45th minute goal, and Zuzu Zhang with a 74th minute goal. Ryan O'Neill on Inter London with the lone goal over there. Ryan O'Neill with probably the better game on London with a 6.8 super sub. Arthur King with a 6.8 too. Player of the match is going to go to Louis Ashworth with his 2 goals and assists. 9.6 on the match rating. FC Kapstad dispatches London 4-1 to move on to the round of 16. We're going to take a brief minute break, and we'll be back with AC Romana taking on Tokyo FC. Tokyo SC. And we're about to come back with this AC Romana taking on Tokyo SC. Tokyo SC is in the Major Division 2 with AC Romana. Tokyo SC sits at the top of the leaderboard, whereas Romana is sitting at the bottom. Dobrik up top for Romana. Kronos in net for Romana. Tokyo SC is on have no face up front, and Wolf in net. Kickoff for Romana. Flips comes away with it. Sanji with it. Back to Hoppity. Sanji, heavy touch, goes out of play. Tokyo SC throw-in. Throw-in on the other side for Herrera. Gets it over to Slotherson. Slotherson back to Eilish. Over to Lee. Back to Premieris. Premieris up to Lee. Over to Ron Flex. Ron Flex over to Bobby. Bobby circles. Bobby with it. Bobby loses it to Showman. Showman over to Rivieras. Over to Showman. Showman up to Stausch. Stausch back to Kronos. Over to Hoppity. Hoppity up. Loses it. Ron Flex corrals it. That pass was deflected. And Romana's taking possession. Sova. Pass is deflected. Just a bunch of deflections going over. Ivanhoven has it now. Ivanhoven running. Looking. Sends it up to Dobrik. Dobrik scores, but I think they might have been offsides. We're going to review it. And it was offsides. Just a little bit too early for Dobrik. Premieris stopped the run, and Dobrik didn't see it. So still 0-0. Going into the 8th minute. 10th minute, Herrera with the corner kick for Tokyo SC. Tokyo SC sends it in. Hoppity, or Dobrik sends it over to Showman, is tackled, points to the spot. We're going to get a review. And it's going to be no penalty given. Zoldyck Jr. sends it over to Premieris. Premieris up to Ronflex. Ronflex over to Lee. Premieris back with it. Lee with it. Lee up to Bobby, back to Lee. Over to Herrera, but that's a wayward pass. Rivieras comes down with it. Heavy touch. And Lee corrals it for Tokyo. Eilish sends it up. Ronflex. Rivieras bats it down to Gagne. Gagne back to Stausch. Over to Wad. Wad making his majors debut for Romana. Wad turns it around over to Rivieras, sends it into the net, and it's headed, but Wolf with a huge save keeps it 0-0. Watt on the corner for Romana. Sent in. Sanji. Header is going to go well out of play. Wolf with it. Wolf sends it deep. Joeman comes down with it. Joeman attacking. Joeman turns around back to Rivieras. Rivieras sends it up to Joeman. Joeman with it. Joeman sends it in. Dobrik all alone, and Dobrik scores. Romana opening up the scoring. 1-0. Dobrik with a huge goal. Rivieras gets it over to Joeman. Joeman sends it back into Ivanhoven, but Ivanhoven lets it go, and it lands at Dobrik's feet. And that is all Dobrik needs to bury it. Pre-drag Dobrik. 25th minute goal to make it 1-0 Romana. All the way into the 38th minute and beyond. Hoppy throws it into Van Eidenhoven. Van Eidenhoven crosses it, and it's headed by Jasper Stroman. Not much room, but they find the goal anyway. What a beauty of a header. Want to watch this a couple of times. Hoppy gets it back to Eidenhoven, who sends it in. And Zoman is just almost on the line and gets enough curl for it to go into the far side. 2-0. AC Romana at half. 3 shots, all of them on target for Romana. 2, both of them on target for SC Tokyo, or Tokyo SC. XG 0.86 for Romana and 0.04 for Tokyo SC. Joeman with a great game so far. I've said their name a lot, all over the field. We're gonna pause for halftime and come right back here in a second. Halftime completed. Tokyo SC kicks off. Down 2-0. Herrera up the sideline, looking to attack for Tokyo. Not much going on for Tokyo in that first half. Joeman takes it away from them. And we're off to simming. 59% possession for AC Romana. This is what is loved about the Cup. Rivieras over to Stausch. Any team can win it. It's just getting the right game at the right time. And right now, Romana's game has been right. Tokyo SC takes it away. Showman takes it away from them and now is trying to move it up for Romana. Sends it in, but Eilish is there on the run. Corrals it for Tokyo SC over to Ramirez, who loses it. Blackleg Sanji with a shot, but it was blocked by Ramirez. Wad on the corner, sends it in. Headed around. Showman comes down with it, back to Wad. Wad looking. Lee takes it away, and we're back to the sim. Chef Gagne booked in the 23rd minute. I missed that one earlier. But any team can win the cup. The matches are between everybody in the SSL, so everybody has a chance. And right now, Romana's taking advantage of it. Slothersen's shot is blocked. Dobrik comes down with it for Romana. Dobrik running. They have Showman in the center. Sends it over to Showman. Showman has a chance here. Sends it in, and it's deflected out of play. Some BAAC Romana corner. Showman over this corner. 60th minute. Sends it in. Sanji's going to get to it. Sanji looking, face, marking. Off of face. Face comes down with it and clears it. We're all the way into the 69th minute and beyond now. 20 minutes left in this game. Ron Flex with the corner for Tokyo SC. Sends it in. Over to Bobby, over to Zoldyk Jr. Shot, and it's over the bar. Ron Flex is going to corral it and do another corner for Tokyo SC. Sends it in. Headed out. Bobby over to Ron Flex. Back to Bobby. Bobby with it. Shot is off, and it's going to be a goal kick for AC Romana. Zoldyk Jr. with the throw-in. Gets it over to Ramos. Over to Primeras. Back to Zoldyk Jr. Zoldyk. Over to Lee. Lee up to Ron Flex. Over to Bobby. Bobby with it. Back to Primeras. Primeras up to Zoldyk Jr. Zoldyk Jr. with it. Sends it up. Rivieras intercepts it, but Tokyo SC keeps it. Primeras over to Zoldyk Jr. Over to Ramos. Ramos with Hoppity marking. Sending it down. That shot, the cross is blocked, but Slofitson comes away with it. Over to Lee, over to Slofitson. Slofitson into the box. Shot is wide. Kronos doing everything they could to dive at that one, but it was still wide. 79th minute. Ron Flex shot. Out to Bobby. Bobby's shot is over the bar. 10 minutes left in this game. Corner for Herrera of Tokyo. Sends it in. Back to Herrera. Herrera settles it. Back to Bobby. Bobby with a chance. Bobby's shot. And Billy Bobby brings it within one in the 83rd minute. Ball bounces out to him at the top of the box. And Billy Bobby takes one step and puts everything behind it. And it goes through. Doesn't look like it was off anybody. Just a great shot to make it 2-1. Tokyo SC looking to make this comeback. But their time is dwindling. We're down to 3 minutes of the 90. A corner for Wad of Romana. Wad steps over this ball, sends it in. Headed back out, but Sanji gets to it. Sanji corrals it, but Slofitson takes it away. Slofitson's now running up the sideline. Tries to get past Gagne, but turns around. Herrera with it, all the way back to the goalkeeper, Wolf. Sends it up. Romana takes it down. Wad pass is intercepted by Herrera, but Herrera's pass is intercepted by Sanji. Hoppity with it. Over to Flip. Flip up to Sanji. Sanji running. Sanji up the sideline looking for a cross. Sends it in. Heidenhoven's battled with. It comes all the way out, and Wad's shot is blocked, and it goes for an AC Romana corner in the 89th minute. Showman taking their time, sends it in. Headed around and out. It's going to be another corner. And Wad is not in a hurry to get over there. 90th minute, 2 minutes of stoppage time minimum. Wad still taking their time. Here comes the corner. Sends it in. Headed, big save by Wolf. And that ball goes out for a goal kick. Tokyo SC still down by 1. And we're in the 92nd minute. Hoppity with a free kick. Sends it deep. Ramirez gets to it. 92nd minute, and there is the full-time whistle. Romana takes down Tokyo SC 2-1 thanks to Predrag Daubert's 25th and Jasper Schroman's 43rd minute goal. Billy Bobby cut it in half in the 83rd minute, but not enough. Possession favored Romana 57%. 12 shots for Romana, 4 on target. 9 for Tokyo SC, 4 on target. Player of the match is going to go to none other than Jesper Showman with a goal and an assist. An 8.3 match rating. Predrag Dobrik up there with a goal with a 7.4. Over on Tokyo SC's side, Billy Bobby 7.5 with a goal. And Romana held on to move on to the round of 16. We're down to only 2 more spots in the round of 16, and the next one to be decided is Rapid Magyar taking on AS Paris. That game will be coming up here in just a moment. About a minute break, and we'll get you that action. And we're about to get into this Rapid Magyar taking on AS Paris. AS Paris and Rapid both in the minor league Division 1 taking on each other. Up front for Rapid is Evil, Asprey, and Net for Rapid. On the AS Paris side, you're going to have Belmont up front, Cancelo in goal. Both of these teams played a great season last year. Both of them looking to get to the round of 16. Last season, Rapid was knocked out in penalty kicks in the qualifying round, whereas AS Paris was knocked out in the quarterfinal. Luis Jr. back to Furstenhausen. Furstenhausen up. Tarandis with it. Tarandis circles over to Furstenhausen. Furstenhausen with it. Sends it over to Tarandis. Tarandis sends it up to Empire, but that was cut off by Rapid. Luis Jr. corrals the loose ball. McFoot takes with it. Sends it over to Furstenhausen. Furstenhausen back to Luis Jr. AS Paris looking for the opening. Sends it all the way back to Cancelo. Up to Furstenhausen. Furstenhausen sends it up to Berendsen. Berendsen with it, goes to the center. With some room, sends it up to Kovacs. Kovacs' shot is in. Elsie Trent Kovacs with the 4th minute goal to open up scoring for AS Paris. Good pass by Berendsen to see Kovacs making the run into the box. And Kovacs releases it. It tips off Asprey and into the net for a 1-0 lead for AS Paris. Sent deep. Paris comes down with it over to Belmont. Belmont running. Belmont's shot is over the bar. Goal kick for Rapid. Off of that goal kick, Asprey sends it up. Trying to find somebody, but they find AS Paris. Tarandis. Furstenhausen over to Luis. Luis up to Jamestown. Jamestown over to McFootcakes. Footcakes looks for Empire, but Bamford takes it away. But Berendsen takes away the switch of play and gets it up to Tarandis quickly. Tarandis looking for the cross, sends it in. Headed, and Asprey comes down with it. Not a strong header from Empire. Enough that Asprey was able to control it. Kovacs throws it into Jamestown. Jamestown over to Empire. Kovacs with it. Kovacs' shot is a bender, but it goes wide. Kovacs with the throw-in, gets it over to Jamestown, back to Kovacs. Back to Jamestown. Jamestown all the way back to Luis Jr. over to Furstenhausen. Furstenhausen over to Berendsen. Berendsen with it, looks to cross it, sends it to Belmont, and Asprey comes down with that header. Asprey making it still 1-0. Possession. All AS Paris, 72%. Jamestown back to Kovacs over to Empire 4. Up to McFoot, takes over to Berendsen. Berendsen's shot is wide. It's a goal kick. That's going to be the 7th shot for AS Paris. They only have 3 on target. Bob with a free kick sends it into the box. Paris heads it out. Evil comes down with it. Craig Evil with it. Over to the corner. Sends it in. Headed. Ngusu with it. Ngusu sends it over to Van Grimberg. Over to Bob. Bob's shot is saved by Cancelo, and this is going to be a corner kick for Rapid. Rapid looking to do something with this. They haven't had much possession. Bob sends it in. Over to Janik. Janik is closed down by Tarandis, but Bob gets the loose ball. Bob over to Madrigan. Gets it into Ngusu, but that's stepped into by Luis Jr. and out of play. It's going to be throw in for Rapid, and we're going to go into the sim. 15 minutes left of this first half. Throw in deep for Ozzy Trent Kovacs. Gets it over to Jameson. Back to Kovacs. Kovacs over to Empire Fort. Back to Kovacs over to Jameson. Jameson turns, looks for Berenson. Berenson's shot is blocked. The follow-up is saved. We're going to have a corner for AS Paris. Sauerwein over this corner. Sends it in. Kicked out. Space sends it out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for AS Paris. "39th minute, Bamford kicks it off to Bob. Bob gets it up to Ngusu. Back to Van Grimberg. Back to Stamp. Stamp looking. Stamp looking for the cross. Sends it in. Luis Jr. is there to clear it. Belmont tries to hold on to it, but Bamford and Rapid comes away with it, but Empire Fourth takes it away from Bamford, and now Kovacs with it. Sends it back to McFootcakes, over to Jameson. Jameson with it, over to Kovacs, finds Empire the Fourth. Empire the Fourth looking, sends it into the box, and it's headed by Eric Belmont at the goal line to make it 2-0 in the 40th minute. AS Paris complete control of this game in the first half. And this is a great play by Empire Fourth. They had a couple options, but they waited, and they see Belmont just waiting at the goal line. And Asbury can't do anything about that. 2-0 Paris, and we're going to get 2 minutes of stoppage time. And it's going to be halftime. 2-0 Paris, 10 shots, 5 on target, 1 shot, 1 on target for Rapid. Possession in favor of Paris, 67%. 91% passes completed by AS Paris. The XG in favor of AS Paris as well, 1.22 to 0.01. We're going to have some halftime subs, and we'll get right back into the sim in a second. Coming on for AS Paris is on B. Suzuki taking the place of Jamestown. 2-0 lead for Paris. Complete control of that first half. Rapid looking to respond. Suzuki with it, but it's a heavy touch, and Squid takes it away. That clearance just goes to Sauerwein, who gets it up to Berenson. Now, AS Paris still on the attack. Tarandis gets it back, and we're going to go into the sim. Sorry about the noises. I've ran out of water. Space with it over to Bamford. Bamford looking. Bamford into the center. Bamford's shot is over the bar. And that is all on that. McFootcakes with it. Gets it back to Luis Jr. Luis Jr. up to Sauerwein. Sauerwein up to Tarandis. Tarandis sends it up to Berenson. Berenson with it. Berenson turns. Gets it back to Furstenhausen. Furstenhausen over to Berenson. Berenson into the box, over to Belmont. Belmont turns, gets it back to Berenson. Loose ball. Furstenhausen comes down with it. Try to cross it, but it comes down to Berenson. Berenson's shot is over the bar. And it's going to stay a 2-0 lead. Kovacs with the free kicks, gets it up to Stausch. Finds Silver Tarandis, and Silver Tarandis buries it They're begging for an offside, so we're going to have a look at it. And it's a goal. Silver Tarandis timed that run perfectly. Kovacs to Suzuki, and Tarandis goes to the middle and is wide open to bury that goal down Broadway. Well on sides. $3-0 AS Paris, thanks to the Silver Tarandis goal. Empire, fourth corner for Paris, sends it in. Headed out, and that's looked like Janik got a hold of McFootcakes. So they're looking at this for a penalty. The ref called it a penalty, and VAR agrees. It's a penalty for AS Paris. Belmont steps over top of this and sends it, and Asprey with a major save. Asprey doing everything they can for Rapid right now. Empire Force sends it in. Headed around, comes down to Berenson. Berenson's shot is well into the stands. And we go into the sim. Evil back to Bob. Furstenhausen takes it away. Looking to clear it, and they do. 67th minute clearance. It's going to be a throw-in for Rapid. $18 shots in this game for AS Paris, 7 of them on target. 2.74 on the XG. AS Paris gets it up, but Rapid comes down with it. Space with it. Space gets it back to Squid, up to Bamford. Rapid needs something here to shift the momentum. It's been all AS Paris. Rapid sends that in, and it's Greg Evil who scores off of a great cross by Bamford to make it 3-1. Bamford finding Greg Evil may have shifted the tides of this game. Sends it in. Greg Evil beats Furstenhausen up to the ball and beats Cancelo with the ball going into the net. 3-1. AS Paris with a throw-in, gets it over to Berenson, into Sauerwein, back to Berenson. Berenson crosses it in, headed, and it's over the bar. 15 minutes left of the 90. Kick from there, Asprey sends it up. AS Paris comes down with it. McFootcakes with it. Looking. He'll spin around and send it up to Empire of Fourth. Empire of the Fourth with it. Gets it over to Sauerwein. Sauerwein back to Furstenhausen. Furstenhausen over to Louise Jr. Louise Jr. all the way back to Cancelo. Cancelo sends it over to McFootcakes. McFootcakes with it. Sends it up to Empire of the Fourth. And they can't take it away. Suzuki comes away with it. Suzuki with it over to Louise Jr. Back to McFootcakes. McFootcakes with it over to Kovacs. Kovacs gets it up to Empire of the Fourth. Empire of the Fourth crosses it. It's a header, and Asprey saves it to keep it 3-1. 77th minute corner for Empire of the Fourth. Sends it in. Let it out. McFootcakes comes down with it. Berenson finds the pass from greedy McFootcakes and just kicks it into the net. Huge goal by Berenson to make it 4-1. Let's watch this again. Empire of the Fourth sends it in. McFootcakes see Berenson on the run, taps it to him, and Berenson rips it past Asprey to make it 4-1 AS Paris. We're into the 80th minute, 10 minutes left of the original 90. Louise Jr. gets it up to Suzuki, gets it back to McFootcakes. McFootcakes with it, racing. McFootcakes gets it past everybody. Sends it over to Kovacs. Kovacs crosses it in. Header, and Asprey with a huge diving save. Asprey still played a great game for Rapid. It just hasn't been good for them possession-wise. 66 possession. 66% possession by AS Paris. And they are just full control of this game. 4-1. Looking like they are going to make it into the round of 16. Furstenhausen with it. 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first minute. Suzuki with it. Back to McFoot Cakes. AS Paris doesn't have to do anything. They can just pass it around and run out this time. And it looks like they're still attacking. Belmont takes it away from Madrigan. Shoots, and it's a big save by Asprey. Big save there. Empire the fourth over top of this corner for AS Paris. Last 10 seconds of the game. And that is saved by Asprey. And we're probably going to hear this final whistle any second now. As Asprey's looking. And it is over. 4-1. AS Paris beats Rapid Magyar to move on to the round of 16. Goals by Ozzy Trent Kovacs, Eric Belmont, Silver Tarantis, and Bob Berenson for AS Paris, and Greg Evil, lone scorer for Rapid Magyar. Possession favored AS Paris 67%. Greg Evil, lone scorer for Rapid Magyar, 6.7. Asprey with the best performance on Rapid with a 7.8 in net. They did everything they could to keep it low scoring, but it just wasn't good enough. Bob Berenson, player of the match, with an 8.5 match rating and a goal and assist. Overall, such a solid game by Bob Berenson. We're going to take a brief minute break, and we'll be back with the final game, which is Athenine taking on North Shore United. All right, and we're about to get underway in this Athenai taking on North Shore United. Both of these teams are minor league teams. North Shore sits in minor league Division 1, where Athenai sits in minor Division 2. Athenai leading the way in Division 2. North Shore leading the way in Division 1. This should be a great matchup. North Shore absolutely ran away with Division 2 minors last season. Del Prulo is a goal scorer, and Wall Jr. is what their name is. They are a wall in net. Athenai is going to have to take advantage of any chance they get in this match. Munoz kicks off for Athenai. Back to Bailey, back to Wentz. And we're underway here. 7 teams have made their way into the round of 16. We're looking for the 8th team to finish out the round of 16 with the 8 that automatically qualified. Cobry gets it over to Skovgard. Skovgard with it over to Weaver. Weaver sends it up. Urkel takes it away. Banana with it. Banana running it down. Banana sends it over to Del Perro, over to Pruney. Pruney with it. Pruney back to Giesberg. Giesberg over to Pruney. Pruney circles to Tristan Marking. Pruney sends it into the box. And there's a header, and it's going to be saved by Cobry. Banana's header was offsides anyways. Quick action to start with North Shore just on the attack right off the bat. Throw in. Maldonado over with a yellow card. That shot by James was blocked. Cobry with a free kick sends it up to Skovgard. Skovgard with it. Goes up to Weaver. Weaver finds Staple. Heavy touch. Gerard slides into it. Mustache Maldonado with it. Sending it up the sideline. Maldonado running. Sends it over to James. James sends it up to Del Perro. And that shot is wide. It's going to be a goal kick for Athenai. 3 shots already for North Shore. Only 1 on target. 16th minute. Sends it into the box, headed out. Weaver comes down with it. Weaver running. Rashford takes it away. Gets it over to Maldonado, over to Urkel, back to Giesberg. Giesberg over to Gerard. Gerard sends it over to Pruney. Pruney with it back to Rashford. Rashford up to Pruney. Pruney with it over to Rashford. Rashford turns up to Urkel. Back to Rashford the fourth. Over to Gerard. Gerard up to Giesberg. Giesberg sends it up to Pruney. Pruney with a good touch. Pruney looking to cross. Pruney does cross. Sends it in. Header. Zaza Banana opens up the scoring off of a great cross by Wayne Pruney and Zaza Banana. They are a goal scorer for this North Shore team. Pruney, beautiful cross. Zaza beats Weaver and beats Cobry to the near side. 17th minute goal, 1-0, North Shore. Throw in for Athenine. Stitcherson sends it up to Munoz. Munoz back to Stitcherson, up to Staple. Staple sends it across. Maldonado steps into that. Skovgaard gets it. Maldonado gets it back. It's just a heading contest. Skovgaard settles it down now. Skovgaard with it. Skovgaard over to Zillow. Zillow over to Stitcherson. Stitcherson into Munoz. Up to Staple, and Staple scores! 1-1. What an answer from Athenine. 25th minute. Zilla up to Stitcherson, up to Munoz. Munoz sees Staple running, gets past Gerard, and buries it. Staple, what a great goal. 25th minute goal, tied up. Aubrey with the kickoff. Rashford heads it down. Banana comes down with Perla, sends it over back to Rashford. Rashford running. Rashford with a shot, and Rashford. Nico Rashford the third off of Perla's assist makes it 2-1. Quick answer right back from North Shore United. And it was a great run that gets Zilla crossed up and leaves Rashford with an open shot on next net 1v1 against Cobry. And Nico Rashford III is not going to miss that. James kicks it, and it's off the post. Rashford's going to win the race to it, but off their foot, and it goes out of play. Throw in for Athenine in their deep corner of defense. 32nd free kick, James sends it in, headed back out. Weaver comes down with it over to Zilla. Zilla running up the sidelines. Zilla loses it. Urkel takes it away. Urkel now on the attack for North Shore. Back to Pruney. Pruney adjusts. Pruney now on the attack. Already has one assist. Turns. Sends it back to Urkel. Urkel looking. Gets it to Mustache Maldonado. And that shot is saved by Cobry. Free kick for James. Sends it up to Maldonado. Maldonado shot. And it's wide. Still 2-0. 2-1. North Shore United. 5 minutes left in this first half. Florian Gisberg gets a booked in the 39th minute. Weaver booked in the 42nd minute, and we are going to get 3 minutes of stoppage time, and we're already through them. And it's halftime. 11 shots for North Shore, 5 on target, 2 for Athenine, 1 on target. Possession, 51% in favor of North Shore, just slightly. 1.48 on the XG compared to 0.44 in favor of North Shore. Take a brief break for halftime. And we are back. Leo Fiatra coming in for Curtis Yeager of Athenine. Rashford gets it up to Del Perlo. North Shore with this kickoff. Bruni looking to beat Stitcherson, but can't. And we're simming. 2-1 game. Pretty even overall, just XG in favor of North Shore is the only thing that really stands out so far. Throw in for Pruney, gets it over to Giesberg, back to Pruney, up the sideline, crosses it in, headed, and it's Zaza Banana for their second. Pruney finding Zaza Banana. They are pleading for an offside, so we're probably going to get a review here, and we do. And it's a goal, 3-1 North Shore. Pruney gets the ball back from Giesberg. Pruney runs up the sideline, sends it in. Banana out jumps everybody and sends it to the far post of Cobb. And we are simming. '60th, 70th minute corner for Pruney. 2 assists already, sends it in. Headed, and it's off. Miko Rashford, this third, with their second goal off of the assist from Pruney. Bounce off of somebody, I think. Rashford's header, it's off Esposito, trying to clear it. Maldonado with it. Sends it up, but Urkel takes it away. Rashford up to James. James with it. Over to Del Perlo. And Del Perlo scores. Beautiful goal by Del Perlo to put North Shore up 5-1. Sorry about the next announcement. I was looking down for a brief second. James gets it over to Del Perlo. Good run by James. Taking away from Fialtri. Mistouch, and Del Perlo sitting right in front of the net. It's right there. Athenine down 1-5. Weaver with it. Banana takes it away. Banana now attacking. Banana up the sideline. Sends it in, and it's Del Perlo again. Makes it 6-1. Nico Rashford, Del Perlo, and Zaza Banana all with 2 goals for North Shore United. Zaza Banana's pass in was a beauty and finds Del Perlo sitting right in front of Cobbery. And that is going to make it 6-1, and we're going to get some only commentary highlights because of the 5-goal lead. So we're going to be flying through this pretty quickly. 2 minutes of stoppage time, and that's going to do it. Full time, North Shore wins 6-1. Zaza Banana, Nico Rashford, Elizondo Del Perlo, all with 2 goals. Mauro Staple with the 25th minute goal for Athenine, their lone goal scorer. Possession was pretty even. XG in favor of North Shore at 3.51. Best player, it looks like, for Athenine was Jonathan Munoz with an assist. North Shore player of the match is going to go to Dwayne Pruney with 3 assists. And I completely agree. Without them, North Shore might not win that game. And that is going to set us up for the round of 16. And we're going to, after Capstad won 4-1 over Inter London, AC Romana beating Tokyo 2-1, AS Paris beating Rapid 4-1, and North Shore beating Athenine 6-1. The round of 16 looks like this. Shayla Cosmico taking on AC Romana. Shanghai Dragons taking on Hollywood FC. CD Technicolin taking on CA Buenos Aires. FC Capstad taking on União Sao Paulo. Montreal United taking on CS Rova. CF Cataluna taking on North Shore United. Cairo City taking on Leafyside Celtic. And AS Paris taking on Reykjavik United. Thank you guys for tuning in for this SSL Cup Season 25 qualifying round. I will see you guys in the round of 16. Hope you have a great night. Love ya.